Mandy, what are you putting in my backpack?
A hammer.
Why are we taking a hammer on a hike?
Because there's a fossil site and you can dig for fossils.
Oh, okay. You just had me a little worried, that's all.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking you on an adventure in our home state of Pennsylvania. We're at Swatara State Park, which is located in both Lebanon and Schuylkill County. We're actually going to begin our adventure in Schuylkill County and walk down into Lebanon County because we are going to take you along the Bear Hole Trail. We're going to stop at a fossil site and then we're going to Bordner's Cabin?
Bordner's Cabin.
Bordner's Cabin.
Yep.
So let's go adventure.
So we tried to go to Swatara State Park and couldn't find a visitor center there, so we learned that it's a joint park with Memorial Lake State Park. So as we were leaving the Memorial Lake Visitor Center, a ranger came out and she gave me a map. So the Memorial Lake is here. We ended up coming up 443 all the way up to Swopes Valley Road, and we're parked here at the Swopes Valley Trailhead. We're gonna walk down to the fossil site, and then we're gonna walk down to Bordner's Cabin.
And we have a special guest joining us today. We have Park Ranger Murphy reporting for duty.
So in the parking lot, there is information board, there is a restroom, and at the trailhead there is lots of parking. So we've passed two groups of people that have had success at the fossil site. And we did ask the park ranger if we were permitted to take the fossils with us, and she did say that we are allowed.
So the park brochure says the geology of Swatara State Park is predominantly sedimentary rocks that formed in a shallow ocean during the Middle Devonian period of the Paleozoic era, about 375 million years ago. These rocks indicate that this site was a shallow sunlit seafloor where mostly filter-feeding organisms thrived in gentle currents. The skeletal remains of these organisms were concentrated by wave action into lens-shaped deposits 2 to 3 inches thick. An upper Mahanatango formation that contains significant marine fossil beds is exposed along the Bear Hole Trail. The site provides excellent opportunities for fossil collecting. I should start digging.
I'll follow this trail back and maybe behind the pile, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like some people were digging up here.
And there is Mandy digging with her hammer and her gloves.
Are you finding anything?
Well, I think we might have like a little seashell imprint here, maybe.
Yeah, kind of does look like one. We're not really sure what we're doing, guys. We're looking around, but we haven't really found anything yet. DJ's digging away.
The only other time we did this is...
If you ever found anything here, leave us in the comments what you found and maybe kind of where the area. Were you up on the hill? Were you down by the stream? We're not even sure where to look. Murphy, are you sitting in the hole, Murphy?
Can I? It really is sitting in the hole. Well, here. Right here is where I'm digging. Right under there, but Murphy is guarding my spot. And we're not exactly sure, but maybe?
This might be a little shell right here, we're not sure. So DJ's gonna split this little piece open. They do split open pretty nicely. Anything?
Doesn't look like it.
This is where you smash your hand?
Yeah, I should probably put my gloves on.
I don't know if you can see, but Murphy is literally laying in the hole we're trying to dig in. Look at the trail down there on the right. Got the stream down below us. So DJ was digging along and we think we found something. Definitely look like some sort of seashell. I don't know if it's picking it up on camera. That's probably the biggest specimen that we found so far that really looks like a seashell.
Here's a quick look at the whole fossil site as we're walking away heading to the cabin. Here is a look at the road we're walking on. It does go uphill, so I thought it was a railroad grade, but it more just must be an access road. At the top of that little hill I just showed you is the Mifflin Trail. So the park is on the northern side of Interstate 81, and this trail kind of parallels the interstate. When we get up here, it looks like we're going to walk parallel to the interstate for quite a while to the cabin. So once we got up to the top of the hill, you can really hear the interstate noise. Well, I'm not sure what they use this road for, but there is a speed limit on it of 10 miles an hour. So here's where we turn, and we're going to head parallel with the interstate. But I've noticed a lot of these fence posts all along through the woods here. And I do know that there was a lot of old residents back in here from watching other YouTube videos prior to them making this a state park. So there is a look at the interstate. So north on that interstate, you'd go to Scranton, and south, you'd go to Harrisburg. Right along the trail, there's some sort of old light post, and there's black wire sticking out the top of it. So I don't know if that was an old light post to somebody's house or an old post of some sort with power to it. But we are about a mile and a half into the hike to the cabin. So here is the entrance to the cabin, which we are just about 2 miles. There's the look at the cabin as you come up the driveway. Does look like there was a garage. We'll walk around the front. Here's what the front of the cabin looks like. And there are some steps. A look at the porch. And what an absolute beautiful setting for a home. So hanging on the wall of the cabin, there are some old-time photos of what the cabin looked like when it was inhabited by the Bordner family. Here's a picture of the bedroom. And again, looking back out the front. I mean, it doesn't matter what window you look out, there is a view. And there's Mandy and Murphy down there. Let's go upstairs. There's a view from upstairs, looking back down into the living room area, a fireplace. There is that view at the picture window. And this room is maybe the kitchen area, because here is a picture of a table and the cook stove. The cook stove would have sat right here where I'm standing, and the pipe would have went into the chimney right up there. Let's go in and check out the basement. This would have been the garage area. That's just a dirt floor. Well, here is my plan. I'm going to cross the stream, and we're going to go up the other side and see if we can get a good view of the cabin from up on top of the waterfall. All right, so I'm across. Here's the side of the cabin, the porch that hangs out right over the water's edge. What do you think? Good thumbnail picture from right here? All right, I'm going up. My goal is to get onto that rock, kind of jets out right there, and to get a picture of the cabin back down the stream. But I've run into this. Not sure how I'm getting up there. Okay, I've almost made it to the top, to the rock that I want to get to. I don't need to go all the way up. All right, so here's a look back down at the cabin. So as I was scaling up the rocks to go to the waterfall, I noticed this, all these holes in the crack across this rock. I'm just wondering if they drilled the holes in attempts to use this section of rock, probably for the foundation, and then when it broke, it didn't separate or was just too big. There's another really cool view of the waterfall. So on our way back, we stopped at the fossil pit again. Mandy's still digging, looking for fossils. This time we're down by the stream. It's like an area where two streams come together. Like I said, we're not exactly sure what we're doing, but this is where Mandy is currently digging, in layers of rock like this.
Alright, this is all I found before we head out. I don't know if maybe a piece of coral or something, but you can definitely see some ridge lines in it. And then found this little nodule. Not sure if it's anything, but that's all we found so far.
Okay, well, we got about half-mile walk back to the car.
Well, we hope you enjoyed adventuring with us to Swatara State Park here in Pennsylvania. This was a really, really nice little walk down to the fossil site and Bordner's cabin. Could you imagine living in that place? So beautiful.
Waking up to that view every day.
Yeah, but we're going to end the video here because we got about a 3-hour drive home. But
we're not going home, though.
We're going to take an hour detour, head to Gettysburg. So this is only about an hour away from Gettysburg, and go to Upper Crust Pizza and grab a pizza for the ride home, because it is the best pizza in all of Pennsylvania.
So an hour detour to go get pizza?
Yeah.
Okay.
And remember,
if you can't get out and make your own adventures, keep coming along with us. Thanks for watching.
Bye. Oh, yeah. How's the pizza, Deej?
Amazing.